Hello everybody, this is Eliz Keating from WisdomSeekers.net. Again, the emphasis is on the .net. This is my logo, Phoenix Rampant, Phoenix Rising. And this is for August 15th, 2023. Let's see, first of all, what energies are we getting today? I think for me personally, the energies feel like they're circling. They're not fully engaging today, which doesn't mean they're not going to rush in and engage pretty soon. I do think, as I said before, we're coming to a place of new beginnings. And it will rely on the old world as much as it relies on the new world. But I think the old world is falling away more and more and more. But it will happen over time, because we still live in a little bit of time. So little things will start to slip away that we don't even notice that they're gone. Maybe in the future we'll look back and go, hey, what happened to that? What happened to this? So one of the things you may want to pay attention to is your emotions. And you may feel that you have to be angry to protect yourself or put up your boundaries. But this is erroneous thinking. You don't have to be angry. You can put up your boundaries simply because it's the right thing to do. And it's very important that you pay attention to how you regulate your emotions. And if you're angry because in the past you gave away your power, well, this is the past. We're now in the present moment. We are in the now. We're not in the future, we're not in the past, we're in the now. Do you need to be angry about that? No, you don't. You simply allow yourself to be powerful. Know you're powerful. And don't react to how you used to be. Don't be angry with the fact that you used to give your power away. Just live in the moment. All right? Sound good? So for the 15th, it's an interesting day, eclectic day from the looks of it. The very first card is usually the last card. It's the Seven of Pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles is, you put in the effort, you're going to reap the rewards. And it's a farmer reaping the rewards. Sometimes the farmers will put in a lot of effort, and the yield doesn't come in like they want. But they keep on farming year after year regardless, and it evens out eventually. So if the yield doesn't come in immediately, don't worry about it. You will be supported. And the next is the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups is being frustrated that things are not happening as fast as you think they should. And always there's a reason why the universe has not provided things at this particular minute. And it usually has to do with everything lining up properly. So know that what you really want is already in your aura, and don't waste your time being frustrated. Just go, it is what it is. It will be what it will be. And just go with that. And then I didn't notice this before, but the next four cards are major arcanas. So this is a particularly, again, when isn't it, particularly important day. So this will be the first card, the Judgment card, because we're seeing things more clearly. When we see things more clearly, we have to judge that what we had in the past is not clarity. And also this would be judging yourself. How do I feel my emotions? Am I angry because I gave my power away? Am I angry because people are trying to steal my power? And so now it's time to see clearly how you're reacting and how you're feeling about it and how you're dealing with it. And it is time for the High Priestess energy, which goes along with saying these things with clarity. The High Priestess sees things and again, judges. Judges are actually, it's less judging than knowing. Knowing when people are ready to hear something, knowing when they are not ready to hear things. And it is, there's that, and knowing when people are almost ready. And sometimes the High Priestess will put out some information that will appear to fall on deaf ears, but is ready to be swished up or pulled up into their other people's energy. So the seeing things with clarity will cause you initially to step back and go, oh my God, how could I have done that for so long? How could society have done that? And the next step, of course, is to be the High Priestess and just, well, this is how it is. This is what I'm going to do. When you have these enlightened moments, then you turn out to be the hermit. And the hermit is the way shower. Simply by being who you are, you help people begin to develop and move into a new energy. And it doesn't mean that it will happen instantaneously. Sometimes it's like a hook, and hooks can be good too. They're not all bad, but eventually you will have to take a hook out. It doesn't matter what, but sometimes the hook will be there, and it will sit there until you're ready to understand it or perceive it. And time does happen. Not time, but events happen in sequence. You get the information, and it percolates in your mind, it percolates in your heart, it percolates in the energies. And then one day you get, aha! But it's been there for a week, a year, 5 years. But when that happens, you get strength. And the strength is moving up into a higher vibrational energy, leaving the old vibrational energy behind. All right, so that is something that we are well aware of. The trick is, and this is the Two of Pentacles, it's patience for one thing, but it's also balance. So you want to stay in balance while you do this. And it's hard to stay in balance when you're frustrated that events are not happening fast enough. Or when you feel that you took years being an idiot. But that's just your perception of it. That's not the reality. You took years learning something that was vitally important for you to learn. Okay, that's a difference. How do you do it tomorrow, the 15th? You look for it. This is the cup, the King of Cups, and as an energy, I use it as intuition, but the form of intuition is to move forward, look for it. Don't be passive. Allow it to come to you. When you do, you will discover that the Seven of Wands, that you're very, very good at dealing with the situation, much better than you realize. But you have to let go the old beliefs first. And the old beliefs is, I beat myself up because I didn't know this years and years ago. Well, it wasn't time, and you had other things to learn, and it's more important that you learn than you release everything all at once, honest to God. But it is, and this is the Queen of Wands, it is the end of a cycle, beginning of a new one, which we all know because it's been happening for ages. But it happens in bits and pieces, so something ends today, something begins today. But usually when it ends, we have a little bit of cloudiness till we move into the new energy, until we get to the place where we know that what we want is already in our energy. We just don't see it yet. So that's where we're at today. Is we're there. We just don't know we're there. And it brings us to the Ace of Cups, which brings us into a new form of being happy. And each time we move into or release old energy and move into new energy, our way of feeling happy or good changes and shifts. And I'm going to read the last card now, which is the first card basically. It's the Master Craftsman who knows his business. And you do know your business. You've got this far. Trust your heart. Trust your head to help your heart. You know how to deal with the situation. You put in the effort, you're going to reap the rewards. And honestly, with you, the Master Craftsman you are already reaping the rewards. All right? So look at yourself clearly. Stop being angry or abusive with yourself, because it doesn't do your body any good to be angry. You can use the anger in specific circumstances. When you need to make a push through something or other, or when you need people to hear you clearly. But for the rest of the time, allow yourself to be in the place of neutrality. I listened to a shaman today, and he says part of being spiritual, of moving into the higher realms, is allowing yourself to be invisible. So now's the time to practice invisibility. When you have got to the place where you know what you've done, you drop the frustration, move into invisibility, and just move around the world and appear when you need to be. Not like a bulldozer, but more like a whisper, more like a breeze on the wind, in the air. You come in, you acknowledge, you talk, you release, you leave, invisibly. All right? Think about it. That's actually highly important information. Namaste and namasko. I love you, and you I do love.